about papers or politicians or Asa Buchanan.
Oh, I'd like that very much.
All right.
I especially like the wink. That'd be lovely. What's going on out there?
Mr. Buchanan, your father...
No, I'm sick and tired of lies being printed about me in my own paper.
Well, you're jumping the gun a little, aren't you, Asa? The article isn't even out yet.
Ain't gonna be either.
Asa, everything you said at that press conference, everything, was a lie. Now, it's my duty to print that.
Don't you dare come on to me like a saint. What about duty to your family? But doesn't that word mean anything to you?
I'm sorry to say it doesn't. I wish it did.
As of this moment, you're finished with this paper. In case you've forgotten the person you're slandering on the front page of this rag happens to be the sole owner.
I think Clint is well...
Now, you stay out of this, Vicky.
Hold
Between
on.
him and me.
Hold on. Just where in the hell do you get off coming into my office, frothing at the mouth about facts? Facts which you've already admitted were true.
I will not have you humiliating me in public. Now, you got some problems the way I live. Fine. Bring it to me personally, you hear? Now, I'm going to tell you something else, boy. Now, you either want to walk out here in your own power, or I'm going to bring in some professional help.
Bring him in. I'm staying right here.
You're going to be sorry you said that, Clint. Throw him out.
No problem.
Now, come on, this is insane. Asa, this is ridiculous. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, my God. Stop it. Stop it.
All right, Becky. Gentlemen, the other way.
Are you
Come on, the other way.
Are you all right? Are you all right? Asa, you can fire Clint if you want to. That's within your right. But you have no right to promulgate violence.
Vicky, he is my son. When he was 12 years old, I thrashed him within an inch of his life for cussing against me. I ain't about to allow it now. Now, here is 51% of the Chronicle. I exercised my option. I am now editor-in-chief of this paper.
Is that the way you want to play it?
You gave me no choice, boy. You're fired. Take your things and walk.
You can't do that!
I am doing it!
You're taking over as editor. I'm not working here anymore.
Well, that's not right, nice boy. That's the first time we've seen eye to eye in a long time.
Honey, call the banner. Tell them what's going on over here.
With pleasure. Asa?
You take them out of the building and make sure they stay out.
So wait a minute, honey. We'll leave together.
Oh, Asa. You are going to regret this for as long as you live. Take your hands off me.
So good to hold you again. Everything's gonna work out. Everything's gonna be fine. You see.
Asa, please. I have to do this my way. Don't try to confuse me.
Fine, honey. I'll listen. Go ahead.
Asa, I want to apologize to you. I said some terrible things to you last night, and I haven't been able to forgive myself. I hurt you.
Oh.
And I'm sorry.
Honey, I pushed too hard. I mean, anybody would have done what you did. I mean, I should be on my knees right now begging forgiveness.
Asa, don't you see?
Honey, I love you, honey, and I lost my head. I swear it'll never happen again, I swear. I want you to respect me, Delilah, and I know, I know I can't force that.
Thank you, Asa.
Honey, I was sitting here, I was just thinking about us, and the words don't come so easy for me, but I think even you don't know how important you are to me. I love you very much, Delilah. I've been looking for this kind of love all my life, and I finally found it. I'd cut off my right arm if I ever did that, what I did to you last night. And, oh, you do believe me, don't you? Do you?
Oh, Asa, I do believe you. I've been doing some thinking myself, and, well, I've been so confused lately and very unreasonable. I guess I've just been in a state of shock. That's the only way I can explain it.
Oh, I know that. I know that.
Yes, I felt like I've been in the middle of an earthquake. And everything's caving down on top of me, and I'm trying to hide. But now, I know what I have to do.
What?
I went riding in the storm last night. It was pouring and thundering and lightning, and I got soaking wet, but I didn't mind. I enjoyed it even. I felt better than I have in a long, long time. And suddenly, everything became very clear to me, and I knew what I wanted. See, as a part of me has always wanted Bo. Thought that he was the answer to everything, all my problems. Well, you've always known that, haven't you?
Yes, I knew.
But now I know that I belong with you. You're my husband.
Thank you, Delilah. Thank you.
Asa, now I hope you can do something for me.
Oh, anything. You just name it. You name it.
I want you and Bo to stop fighting.
Oh, honey.
Asa, please. I know it's not all your fault. Bo's very angry with you. But he's your son. And it's so wrong that I've come between you. Please make up with him.
Okay, I'll try. I promise.
And I want you to drop all the charges against him. And Clint and Pat and whoever else was involved that night.
You got it.
Thank you.
Delilah, I'm a proud man. And when I look at you, I feel maybe I deserve to be. When I married you, I knew there was something extra special and good in you. You were a tough lady. Anytime you want to cut me down to size, just go for it and forget my moaning and groaning, because sooner or later I'm going to look you right in the eye and say, thank you, ma'am.
I'll keep that in mind.
Now's a good time to call Ed.
Okay. Yes.
Get that taken care of. And I'll tell you something, honey, you made some great day for me. I want to speak to Captain Hall, Asa Buchanan. He's there. Oh, Ed, look, you do something for him, will you? I decided to drop all the charges against Bo and the others, and can you handle that? Well, thanks, yeah. Yeah, right, we all make mistakes. Appreciate it. Bye. That'll do the trick. Now, you feel better?
Yes, I feel a lot better. Asa, there's something else that I've had on my mind, too.
Go on.
Well, it's going to be hard for you to say yes to this, but it's very important to me, and I have to do it. I have to tell Bo.
No, Delilah, there's no reason you have to go over there.
Asa, I owe it to him, and he's waiting for me to come to some kind of a decision.
Now, you know you're going to see him. What he's going to say. He's going to make up horrible stories about me. Make me look bad.
I know, but it doesn't matter. Nothing he could say will make me change my mind.
I wish I could be sure of that.
Asa, I know what I'm doing.
Well, there's something you don't know. And I'm afraid the boy may use it against me. And before he twists it and turns it and gets it all out of proportion, I think I'm going to explain it to you.
What is it?
Delilah, I'm a very impulsive man, especially when I want something real bad. Come in.
Excuse me. Mr. Parker is here to see you.
Oh, shoot, I forgot all about him. Charles, put him in the study.
Very good, sir.
Oh, Atchison Park. He's the president of United Petroleum. He's all steam. Bo told him to get his act together while I was out, and Bo did the right thing. I'd have done the same. His company screwed up a few deals, but, see, Bo did it the wrong way. He doesn't have a gift of subtlety, and it'd be a shame to lose old Parker.
It's okay. Go talk to him.
Well, I'm going to clear up this mess right away. I'll be right back.
Well, I must say, if I were in Delilah's position, I would be perfectly clear about the issue here. Asa has deceived her again and again, and I don't see how she can accept that kind of treatment from him.
Vicky, this man is a professional manipulator. You see, whatever she's going to come up with, he's going to have an answer for.
Oh, this time it's not gonna work. Not with all the evidence we have against him. Now, the man's in way over his head. And I'll guarantee you this, when she hears the full story, she's not gonna have a second thought about leaving him.
I know. I just wish I could agree with you, Clint. But we both know him too well. You know, he's wiggled his way out of too many situations like this before. And Delilah, right now, she is so vulnerable, I'm afraid he's gonna be able to sweet talk his way out of this one, too.
We're not gonna settle anything until we get her over here.
All right, no sooner said.
Hello?
Delilah.
Bo.
Yeah, how are you? How you feel? You okay?
Yes, Bo. I feel a lot better now.
That's good. That's great.
I was just gonna call you.
You were? Well, I'm glad I had caught you then, because I'm not at home right now. I'm over here to land fair.
Can you come over?
Well, no, not right now. I think it'd be a little better if you came over here. I've got something real important to tell you, okay? And I don't want to do it in front of Asa.
No, Bo, it's all right. You don't have to worry about Asa. We talked, and he wants to make peace with you.
Yeah?
He's dropped all the charges against you and everyone else. Aren't you pleased?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Look, come over here, all right?
Well, if you think it's really that important.
I do. And please, don't tell Asa. Are you there?
Yes, I'm still here. Okay, well, I'll see you soon. Bye.
Well, it's going to take some time to get used to the idea. I mean, I'm single, and I have a career, and now this. You're a real Southern gentleman, aren't you, Mr. Ralston?
What makes you say that?
Because you remain standing until the lady sits down, and you hold the door for her, and you still haven't asked me who the father is, even though I'm sure you're wondering.
Now, that is none of my business, and I don't care. All I'm worried about is that you're okay.
It's nice to hear. I'm also sure it's crossed your mind that it's probably Bo.
Well, yes, I kind of figured.
It is.
You know, Becky, if I was in your shoes, I would tell him. Now, Bo's got a real strong sense of honor, and if he knew you were pregnant, he would marry you in a minute.
I don't want to marry him, Drew. And I never want Bo to know that this is his child. I will never tell Bo that this is his baby, and I hope to God that you never tell him either, Drew. Please promise me you won't.
I promise. I promise that, but I just don't understand. You know Bo, you know how much he would love to take responsibility for this baby?
Yeah, I know that.
Are you thinking of having an abortion?
No. I can't deny the idea crossed my mind, but I could never do it. It's not even a matter of right or wrong. It's just that it would be wrong for me. You know, I've already lost one child.
No, I didn't know that.
I had a miscarriage. But I'm going to do this one right. This is my baby, and it's Bo's baby, and it came out of a time when we loved each other very much. And I'm glad that I'm always going to have a part of him.
That's what I don't understand. If you feel that way, why don't you tell him? What more do you need? Why not have the baby? Why not get married and lead a normal, happy life?
Drew, are you totally forgetting about Delilah?
Delilah is married to Asa.
Oh, come. You don't even understand. Yes, Bo loves me, but it's nothing like the passion that he feels for Delilah. Drew, he still hopes that he can get her away from Asa, and I'm not going to do something to make him drop that, and that's what he'd do. He'd feel that this child needed a father. I can't let that happen.
Why not? All Bo is doing is building on his fantasies. This is something that's real.
Because he would feel like he's settled for second best. And I refuse to live with that for the rest of my life.
What are you going to do?
Well, I really didn't say that she wouldn't tell Asa. Oh, I just hope she hadn't. Otherwise, he might lock her up again just to keep her from learning the truth, you know?
Well, how long do you figure on waiting?
About an hour, maybe. If we haven't heard something by then, I just might go over there and try to find her myself.
Good. I'll be right there to back you up.
Well, thank you. Clint, you know what? You've been great through all this, you and Viki both. You know, you've been right there with me every minute, and I just want you to know how much I really appreciate it.
Slice it thin and put it on whole wheat. It's the least I can do for my kid brother.
Well, only your kid brother feels kind of guilty about all this.
Guilty? What are you feeling guilty about?
Don't you see? I've loused up your relationship with the old man. No, you're going to be number 2 on his enemy list right now. Don't you know that? Especially after going down to Florida, digging up all that stuff on him.
Bo, this is not the first time that things have been rotten between me and Asa, and it probably won't be the last. Besides, it's more important for me to feel that I'm doing the right thing than it is to wonder about how I stand with the old man. I'll tell you another thing. No matter what happens, sooner or later it'll all shake down and things will return to whatever it is that Asa calls normal.
Yeah. Maybe not. Not this time. Especially if he loses Delilah.
One Life to Live will continue in a moment.
Asa, I'm going over to Landfair to talk to Bo. I think it's only fair that he should have a chance to say what he wants to say. And, well, I want to tell him that I'm staying with you. It won't take long. I'll probably be back before you finish with Mr. Parker. Love, Delilah.
Oh, sure. Anytime your wife has to the house, have her give me a call.
Thanks, Asa. I'm glad we could iron out our differences.
Oh, Parker, what's a couple $100,000 between 2 West Texas kickers like us?
I'm pleased to see you taking it so lightly. Say, I got a plane to catch.
Well, you go catch it. Don't worry. Call me when you get to the ranch.
Yeah, you take it easy, Asa.
That man's got all the principles of a hungry termite in a lumberyard. Where's Delilah? Oh, went to Bo. Why didn't you stop her?
I just got here. I didn't know.
I'm going over there.
They said it's too late this time.
Better not be.
It's just been so long.
I know. Oh, I missed you so much. All the time you were in the hospital.
I just wanted to see you so bad. Just get you away from all the police guards and just find out what he's been trying to do to you.
I'm a big girl. I can take care of myself.
Well, I'm not so sure. Not where he's concerned. And you've been through so much. You make Joan of Arc look like somebody caught her snoozing or something like that. Are you all right?
Everybody keeps asking me that. I'm fine, honest.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, I'll be the judge of that, okay? I feel awful. I do. This family of mine has been waging a full-scale war against each other, and you're stuck right smack in the middle. It's just not fair, you know? None of it's your fault.
How can you say that? Well, you and your father hate one another, and yes, it is all my fault.
No. Don't blame yourself for what that old man's done, okay?
Well, Asa and I have worked a lot of things out.
Have you? Yeah, well, I can tell. He's probably been lying through his teeth just to keep you from leaving. But once you know what he did...
No, Bo, please stop. Listen to me. I better just tell you this right now.
Wait, no. Don't tell me you believe anything he's told.
Listen to me. Listen.
I am.
I love you. I do. But what I have with Asa makes sense in terms of the person that I was when I came here. I've always been a loner, and so is he. That's why I understand him so well. And I married him because I thought I'd finally found what love was.
Look, you and me. Us. Now that is what love is.
I know that now. But, Bo, I can't just walk away from him.
No.
Oh, listen. Now, I'm staying with Asa. I'm married to him. He disappeared. We thought he was dead, but he's not. He needs me.
No, Lila, if you knew...
Oh, please. Don't try to talk me out of this. It wouldn't be fair. Perhaps it's being held captive in that drug ring. Maybe that was a test for all of us. I don't know. I have to think that there was a purpose for all of that somehow. But, Bo, my place is with him.
Oh, that's the whole point. Don't you see what that old man's done? He's trying to set himself up to look like some kind of a saint. And it's a lie, Delilah. All of it. When you know the truth, you're going to see whatever he's told you isn't worth a plug nickel.
Delilah, get your things. Get out of here.
Asa, what? You didn't have to follow
Okay, what he told you, don't believe a word of it.
I haven't told her one thing yet, old man. But I'll tell you what, I know the whole story.
What whole story? You cooking up something to put a wedge between me and my wife?
No, that's something that you've already done yourself. Now, why don't you just sit down in this chair here? Because we want you to confirm this little story.
Oh, please. Hasn't there already been enough of this?
Lila, just let me do this. Just one step at a time, all right?
Okay, honey. I know he's going to tell you, but you remember one thing. That Asa loves you.
No, just give it a break. When he showed up at that church, he hadn't just been released by some group of drug smugglers, and they weren't holding him for any ransom either. He'd been free for days.
That's the worst
God,
combination.
just shut up! He hadn't been held captive. There's not been any $5 million ransom paid for him. It's all lies. Don't you see that?
Where do you think you get the right to do this?
Oh, that couldn't be true.
Every word that I've just said is the truth. All of it. He was down there in Florida. He was free. He just stayed down there, trying to figure out a way he could get back up here so he could sneak around, come back and try to spy on everyone.
You know something? A 3-year-old child wouldn't believe this bull. Huh?
Brad was down there with him. Brad went down to help him out. Don't you remember? Brad's little trip down to Florida. All of a sudden he came back here, gave the whole staff the day off, and we started finding bugs and wiretaps.
Asa, that wasn't the way that it was. It couldn't have been. I was in mourning for you if you knew what I went through.
Delilah, I'm afraid that's exactly the way it was.
Oh, Asa, no. You didn't know. Please say that you didn't.
Honey, all lies, all lies. You're coming on strong, boy. Okay, I don't see any evidence.
Come on, Clint, let's just get on with it, all right?
Viki, will you please show in our guest?
Well, this is a lady that was taking care of Asa when supposedly was helped by a bunch of drug smugglers. Is that right, Miss Madden?
Are you Mrs. Buchanan, Mr. Buchanan's wife? Well, honey, he's lying to you.
I never saw this person before in my life.
Mr. Buchanan, I'm an honest woman. And when I give my word for something, I have every intention of keeping it. But when Clint came down and told me all the things you'd done, I just couldn't let it sit. Mrs. Buchanan, I found your husband on the beach. He was half drowned and unconscious. I had to have a little help getting him up to my house. He was in very, very bad shape. I thought he was a goner there for a while, but then he mended.
And he was well for a few days before he came back to Landview, right?
Oh, no. He swore me to secrecy. He made me buy all those newspapers. He was very much interested in what was going on up here. And then finally he had me call Mr. Vernon. And that man came down there like that. Well, of course, by that time, I knew what an important man Mr. Buchanan was.
Delilah,
So,
it had to be that way.
Now, just let the woman finish, will you, please? Go ahead, Miss Madden.
well, that night late, they left. And I expect that they got up here about daylight the next morning.
And when was that?
That was exactly 3.5 days before the memorial service.
Oh.
Mr. Buchanan, I'm sorry. I tried to cover for you, but there's just so many lies that a person can live with. I expect you want your money back. I spent a little of it, but I can get it all back for you. The whole $25,000.
Oh, Asa. How could you do that? You don't care about me. If you did, you would have told me that you were alive. I wanted you back. And you were here all the time, listening to me. Oh,
You know, you had a chance. Because she did love you, but no, you had to follow it up.
I did it for her.
Oh, you did?
Delilah, I'm not gonna believe this. I did it for you. One reason, because I love you, and I still do love you.
Oh, wait, so what does it matter? What does it matter, huh? You got to go to your own memorial service. You got to hear all those people saying wonderful things about you. And me, that was more important to you than I was.
Well, I just couldn't just show up.
But that's what I wanted you to do more than anything else in the world. Asa, I wanted you back so much. I wanted the Asa back that I knew, that I married. Remember how wonderful it was, Asa, when we were down at the ranch? There were no lies, no secrets. There was nothing that could have come between us.
You know, I hate to have to do this, believe me, but I think it has to be done. Now, if we're going to be honest here, I think it's about time that we maybe become just totally honest. All right? Now, you want me to tell her the rest of it, or do you? Huh? Because it's your choice. It's your lie.
I wonder if you'd let Delilah and me be alone for a little while.
Delilah. Sorry. Well, were you coming?
No. No, I'm sorry, Vicky. I'm going to stay right here. I just want to make sure that he doesn't try to twist the rest of this around.
We'll be in the study.
What do you really got against me?
I don't trust you one damn bit, Asa. And this is not just between you and her right now. This is between you and me. So I'm going to stay right here in this room, and I'm going to listen to every single word you have to say.
It is awfully hard to just sit here knowing that in the next room 3 lives are being wrenched apart.
Yeah, well, I just thank the good Lord it's not us. Somehow we've managed to avoid it.
Thank goodness for that. Oh, darling, I tell you, despite the fact that all of this is Asa's own doing, I feel sorry for him. Whatever he's going through in there has got to be hurting him dreadfully.
Really? I feel sorry for Delilah. It's one thing to be involved in a triangle. It's quite another when it's with father and son.
Oh, thank God you and I don't have any secrets from each other. Do we?
No, at this point in time, to the best of my recollection, I think we know everything there is to know about each other.
Well, that's good.
At least what we don't know isn't interesting enough to talk about.
Ha-ha. Why don't you let me make a decision on that? Sweetheart, I think this might be a very good time to tell the truth.
Well, if I had any truth to tell...
Are you sure you don't?
I'm quite sure I don't.
You knew that Bo was your son before we were married?
I did. I knew it the day I proposed to you. But I wanted you so bad that I couldn't let it out. I know you'd run to Bo. I couldn't let it happen.
So you lied.
I didn't lie. I knew the truth. I didn't let it out.
It's about as fine a point as I've ever heard from you.
Honey, it had to be that way. I'd have lost you and I couldn't bear that. Don't you think I knew you folks were in love? Every time I see you walk in a room, I saw that. And I knew if you thought you were cousins, that's the only chance I had. And I wanted that chance to prove what a good husband I could be to you.
You know, that sounds funny to me, considering the kind of husband that you turned out to be. Spying on your wife when she thought you were dead.
Don't you think that I wanted the whole world to know you were my son? I raised you, watched you grow into a man, never knowing one way or the other what Olympia had done. My first impulse was to take a full-page ad in all the papers.
Well, then what stopped you?
I fell in love with Delilah. I always wanted you for a son, but I loved Delilah more. Maybe you, of all people, just might understand that.
You cared more for me than your own son?
That's right. And there it is. I know I done wrong. And I'm sorry that, it all ended up like this. And I'm sorry I didn't manage it or handle it better in the months gone by.
Yeah, well, that's real easy to say now.
I mean that, Bo, more than you'll ever know. Can you at least find in your heart to forgive me? You've got to understand one thing, honey. I did it for love. I didn't mean to lord it over Bo the way it came out. I love you, Delilah. I swear to God, I always will.
Asa,
Delilah, I'm the one that you belong with.
Delilah, I'm your husband.
I know.
So, who's it gonna be, Delilah?